We don't choose our smartest people for leadership roles. This is proven by research, and this was even seen by Plato back in ancient times. Plato even articulated that, in his opinion, our best leaders would be philosopher kings. The problem is, we do not choose these types of people to be our leaders. What we choose is what I like to call more the generals rather than the scholars. So generals have high confidence, decisiveness, and they have maybe a certain amount of warmth, and they're able to showcase a strong leadership to the people. According to research, these attributes are chosen over and over and over again over IQ and over competence. So if someone appears more confident and decisive and warmer, they will be chosen over someone who has a higher IQ and over someone who is much more competent. So the general is chosen over the scholar every single time. And if you're someone who is incredibly intelligent and competent at your job, and you might be wondering, like, why have I not been promoted? I've been so good at my job. I know what I'm talking about. I'm like an expert in the field. Maybe I'm even someone who has the most expertise in the company. This is why, because humans do not choose expertise necessarily for our leadership positions. We go off more on feeling than anything else. And this is the irrationality of the human mind. One could argue that choosing leaders with the highest IQ would be the smartest choice for us, but that's not what we do. We cannot handle the ambiguity of the world. We cannot handle the rate of change, especially today. So what we do is we choose people who make us feel okay. They make us feel safe. They make us feel like they have some kind of vision and purpose and plan for us. And we say, yes, you go lead us. And this happens in the corporate world as well. So if you want to be put in a higher position and you've been struggling, you need to adapt the attributes of the general more so than the scholar. At least you need to do so in meetings and interactions with leadership, because then that's when you will present with that like executive presence that is so elusive that everyone talks about. Basically what people are telling you is, we need you to make us feel certain, and we need you to make us feel confident in you, right? So a lot of the internal emotions that we experience, they're contagious to other people. The problem with intellectuals and scholars, and I remember this from my own education, is that the way we're taught to talk it's highly non-decisive. So really what I should be doing here and my training and research would have me say something like, well, according to some studies, there is a correlation between confidence and decisiveness and leadership choosing. And this may indicate that this is blah, 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 blah. Right? Nobody wants to hear that. Nobody likes that. Nobody likes that level of ambiguity. People don't like that. And maybe in your discipline, you know some people that do like that, and there are people who can handle that level of ambiguity. The general population is not like that. And so whenever you're someone who's highly intelligent and highly kind of competent in your field, you're always going to carry around all of this gray. You're going to know that nothing is for sure, and that is often presented in your communication. But the problem is, when you're kind of communicating with like normal people, right, or your leadership team, you need to be able to make them feel a certain way. And very intelligent people often value facts over feelings. And so you sort of forget that not everyone wants like a thought dump from you. Not everyone just wants the data. Not everyone wants all of the risks you see. What they want is they want you to make them feel a certain way. And that is, you need to show up with a sense of confidence, a sense of warmth, and a sense of confidence in order for them to feel those emotions within themselves. And that is how you get put into leadership positions. You need to make people feel a certain way. And this is oftentimes the missing piece for very intelligent people who are stuck, because they just can't figure this out, because being more intelligent doesn't solve this equation. You have to essentially adopt certain traits that are traits of like what I would call the general, over traits of the scholar, in order to conform to the biases of the human mind. And you might argue that, okay, this is not fair, this is not right. Well, the human mind can't handle that level of ambiguity. Like it doesn't work that way. It often makes really important decisions solely based on emotion. And people will argue all day long that they don't make decisions based on emotions. But most of the decisions that really kind of important people like senior leadership are making are incredibly ambiguous, and they are making these decisions based on emotions. They will tell you that they read all kinds of data, but the problem is at that level you have so much data either way that it doesn't even matter. You're making decisions based on emotions, and they're making decisions based on emotions of your promotion as well. And so you need to make sure to be making them feel certain emotions so that you can actually get to the level that you need to be given your intelligence and competence level. Oh, and if this is something that you need help on, I encourage you to schedule a session, because then we can put together a customized solution for you.